What is up, YouTube? We are back breaking down UFC Houston, Strickland versus Hernandez. Um, Another hiatus I was on. I was severely ill, back-to-back weeks. I got better and then got sick again. It was the craziest thing. Don't know if that's ever happened to me in my life. Um, so yeah, we weren't able to recap the 325. Oh, actually, real quick, I probably should do like a brief recap of what happened. I think I did horrible from what I remember. Let me see. Let me load that up real quick. I think I did horrible. Let's see. Um, no, it wasn't. Oh my gosh, have I not made a video since? Okay, so when was the last time I made a video? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, either way, Volk Lopez 2, I went 7 of 13 predicted correct. One being perfect, no, two perfect, one being a decision, other one. What was the other one? Non-decision I was perfect on. Cam Rouston, second round KO on, what's it called? Brundage. Okay, cool. Um, This Bautista Oliveira card last week at the Meta Apex, I 10 of 13 predicted correct, 6 perfect, 5 of them being decision predictions correct, one of them being the perfect. What was the perfect non-decision? I wasn't even watching the card really because of how ill I was, and I was the Varetnikov first round KO. Yeah. But yeah, they recovered after that 325, and now here we are. So. Um, let's see. What am I gonna do for random hunt of the day? Let's check it out. Let's see what we're working with. Um, Random hunt of the day. Let's see. Give me something good. We are getting. Oh, red deer at Parquet. Okay. So I don't know if I mentioned this another time where I played Parquet, if I even ever have in my YouTube videos, but I have choked a diamond red deer here before. Maybe I get my get back. That'd be awesome. But yeah, we're gonna load this up real quick. Let me go see what their drink time is again. I feel like it's still early in the morning, but you never know sometimes with these updates and whatnot. Let's see. So red deer. Uh, Number we're looking for though for trophy score 251.07 and above is diamond. Max weight 529.1 pounds. Max weight. We're still looking at 6 to 10 for a drink time. But now back to the UFC right over here. So 14 fights, decent card. Some that I'm just not excited for at all, and then some where I'm like, all right, decent. But it's good to be on the road again. I feel like, yeah, it's just it's good for the fans, especially going somewhere a little different. So yeah, first fight though, Juliana Miller versus Carly Judice. I mean, where do I begin? I mean, Juliana Miller should not be in the UFC. Like, take out the whole record, whatever. That doesn't even matter. Like, should not be in the UFC. Won in a horrible year of the Ultimate Fighter. Looked horrible in the UFC. Like, she is not that good at all. Like, I thought she got cut, but I guess she was on like a 2 year hiatus before her last fight, or maybe it was 2 fights ago at this point. Who knows? Who cares? No, they kept her around. You best believe it. Um, Judice or Judice, whatever, however you pronounce it. She's got she's kind of decent. Don't look at the record with her. She's actually, she's decent. She finishes her opponents too. She's not bad. She's not bad. So Yeah, I don't know. I think with all this being said, I'm going Judice. I am going decision though. I don't. I feel like Juliana Miller's just gonna get pieced up for like all 3 rounds, and like I could see maybe a 10-8 in there. Like it's going to be bad, but like it's just gonna be one of those wow, Juliana Miller has so much heart, like kind of things. You know what I mean? So yeah, Judice decision. Let's keep rocking. On to the next fight, we got Yadier De Val versus Jordan Levitt, who I believe is making his UFC debut at featherweight. So we'll see how that is. I don't know what he'll look like. The weight cut will kind of worry me a little bit. Del Val, if you know, you know. Last fight is being currently investigated, not because of anything on his side, but because of what was going on with his opponent. Line had an insane drop. FBI tapped in. Dana said no, keep the fight going. Everybody just lost money. No big deal. Whatever. So we'll see what Del Val looks like. I think he's 2-0 in the UFC from what I remember. I can't remember who he beat in his first fight. I remember not being that impressed. That's why I went with Dolgarian. We still don't know the specifics of the whole Dolgarian thing. I'd imagine something really bad was going on with like injury wise or something for that line to shift that much and for him to look that shit. Um, but I don't know. But at the same time, can I trust Jordan Levitt in 2026? I don't think I can. In 21, 22, yes, maybe even 23, I could. Nowadays, you know what I mean? It's not ideal by any means. Let's go up here. Yeah, so I think I'm still gonna go Del Val. I'm gonna go second round KO. I really am anticipating, and not that I want this to happen. I want everyone to be healthy, but I am in a way thinking that Levitt's gonna have bad weight cut. And yes, I'm making this on Friday. I did not look at any of the weigh-ins. I just saw Strickland look horrible. What was it yesterday? He made a video, but like I'm not gonna get into that yet. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Levitt does look good at 145. Who knows? I'm gonna go with the younger prospect and Del Val to get this one done. Second round KO. On to the next fight, we got Jean Paul Lesboiani versus Phil Rowe. Um, Lesboiani, I just seen him on the Contender Series this past year. He looked pretty good from what I remember. From what I also remember, he also is fairly small for a welterweight, like at least height wise, reach wise. But wait, hold on, where am I going? I gotta go up. Okay, never mind. But yeah, so not Del Val, John Paul Lesboiani, debut pretty decent grab. I'm pretty sure he's pretty well rounded, even though I think we've seen. Or no, he got the KO. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know too much clearly. Female Puma. Mm, I don't really care about a female Puma. But, yeah, Jean Paul Lesboiani. I think he's going to get this one done. Phil Rowe did not look good against that other welterweight prospect who just held him down last time. I think Lesboiani does have good grappling from what I've heard, word on the street. With that being said, I got to go Jean Paul Lesboiani, first round sub, gets it done, makes a name for himself, and then people are going to be starting to hop on some sort of hype train coming out of the JPL corner. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Lesboiani, first round sub. On to the next fight, we got Ramiz Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. Ah, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. So both these guys, from what I remember, I can't remember too much more about Soriano than Brahimaj, but both these guys are kind of decent. They're kind of making comebacks in their own ways. Soriano moved down from middleweight to welterweight like a year or two ago, and he's looked pretty decent there. Brahimaj, I think second stint in the UFC, he's looked, a lot better. He's finishing guys. He's, doing his thing. Now he's on a decent win streak. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I was kind of back and forth on this one when I was trying to make these predictions a few days ago. But I think I am going to rock with the Brahim Maj just based off of like what I'm remembering right now on who's had the better comeback, and I think Brahim Maj gets it done a little more well-rounded in my opinion. Um, Soriano's moving down in weight, which like I said, I believe in the lighter man scale going up, but going down, I don't know. I think eventually it was bound to get dicey, so we'll see what happens. But my goodness, absolutely nothing over here. The Bosque Muerto or Muerto, or however you say it. Yeah, let's go up here actually. But yeah, I'm gonna go Brahim Monch second round KO, flash KO again. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be scenes nobody's gonna see coming. It's gonna be a decent fight beforehand. Actually, I think this honestly could be fight of the night, low key. I have a weird feeling this could be a back and forth banger. Now that I'm thinking about this, I'm locking that in as my fight of the night. Not locking the night, fight of the night. Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. Going Brahimaj second round KO. So we'll just leave it at that. On to the next fight. Jocelyn Edwards versus Nora Cornell. Um, dude, I know so many people are talking so much nonsense on this fight. I'm actually here for it. Nah, I don't really care more about. I don't care about the Nora Cornell side as much as Jocelyn Edwards. I think Jocelyn Edwards is sneaky. I think she's gotten a lot better since she started in the UFC. In a very depleted and lackluster UFC women's bantamweight division, we do need someone like a Jocelyn Edwards, or if Nora Cornell wins, and it's not that boring, her too. But I'm very curious to see the Jocelyn Edwards side of things. So hoping she gets it done this week. I do think it's going to be a decision. I don't think it's going to be the most fun fight, but I think it will be, in a way, a statement for Edwards to crack into the top 10, and then hopefully the top 5, and then hopefully she's a title contender whenever that division gets moving, because we think heavyweight stale, that division's freaking stale. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to go Edwards decision. We'll see how it plays out and kind of go from there. On to the next fight, we got. I gotta go down south or something. Jeez, there's just no red deer up here. Okay. Also, does not help. Let's try this. We'll try this one. Yeah, on to the next fight. We got Luis Goriel versus Alden Correa. Or Korea. Yeah, no, it's Korea, isn't it? Okay, I don't even know. I'm just gonna start off by saying I think Gurrell is horrible. I think if he loses this, he probably should be cut. I imagine they probably lean that way. He's lost to Ode Osborne, and then there was another guy that was kind of bad he lost to, or maybe he did win and it was just he just looked horrible. It's the vibe I'm getting, so it'll be interesting. Alden Correa, I forget who I bet against him with, but he won and he looked decent doing it. With that being said, I'm going Correa. Third round KO, getting Gurrell out there, just picking him apart like almost the whole time. I could see Gurrell having like a flash moment where maybe he knocks him down, stumbles him. But I think Correa is going to get this done third round KO. On to the next fight, we got Ode Osborne versus Alibi Idris. Ode Osborne is very mid, but he's looked like somewhat better recently. I don't even know because when he first came in, he was like right outside top 15. I think before the Manel Cap loss, or might have been a fight before that, So, Ode Osborne is, it's just, I never, yeah, I don't know. I don't know with that guy, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so tough to gauge that guy. But, yeah, I think, I can't believe, where are my red deer at, man? I gotta go south, dude. The wind is just going all over the place for me, man. It's not helping me. Alibi Dearest, so very high on this guy. I didn't even watch Tough, or I might have watched one of the episodes where he fought, whatever, but very high on this guy. Not like, oh my gosh, he's champion. It's just a matter of when. But ooh, male puma. All right, we're gonna go. No, we're on a red deer mission. But give me something, dude. Past hunting experiences have been bad, man. Um, yeah, deers look good, and then he loses to Morales, and it was a bad loss. And granted, Morales looks like he's decent. I finally have bought into the hype in some regard for the Joseph Morales second stint in the UFC. I have, but Dearest, I meant the way he lost and how he lost, and it just looked bad. It looked horrible, and you hate to see that, and especially you going into the Ode Osborne fight, who you never know what type of Ode Osborne you're gonna get. Actually, it's not even Ode Osborne's not even that good. It's just like he can find a way to win, though. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm doing Osborne decision. I'm doing Ode Osborne decision. I could see this backfiring. I could see Adira's landing a flying knee on Ode first round, but I'm gonna go with the vet and Ode on this one. Yeah, I don't know. I got access deer over here. They're just eating though. Where are the red deer guy? Oh, 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 oh. Just had to render in. All right. Why is he traveling? Better post up, young. Oh, 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 that's a 7. It's a 5. Okay, so it's another 7. It's a low 7 though. That's not that good of a 7. Hmm. Hmm. It's better 7. 222. That 7 is the best 7 I've seen out of the other 2 sevens. Should I wait for more stuff to get it? I'll give it a little bit more time. Yeah, I'm going Osborne decision there though. On to the next fight, we got Carlos Leal versus Chidi Njokuani. This one would have been a tough fight to predict. However, and I don't know if anything's changed since I saw this a few days ago, but I saw something on Instagram that apparently there's been a lot of crazy line movement with this. Not like, well, it should be flagged, honestly, but technically it has not been flagged. I think Chidi Njokuani, like 2 weeks ago, was plus 220 underdog against Leao. All of a sudden, he's pick 'em as of a few days ago. He might be an underdog or a favorite now. I don't know what is going on. I don't know why this fight didn't get scrapped yet, but the line movement was crazy from what I've seen. Now, I did not verify outside the Instagram video, so maybe I am wrong, but Word on the street, that's what's happening. Leal got smoked by Muslim Salikov last fight. Bad look. You know, you hate to see it. But, which is crazy because he did beat Renat in one of the craziest robberies. No, the craziest robbery I've ever seen. That was horrible. That's worse than the Pimblett Gordon. That's worse than, I don't know. There's been some bad ones. But, yeah, I think, oh, actually, I gotta line this up real quick. Oh, another one in the background. Yeah, because if that's a 9 or even an 8, I'd be. It's a 6. Of course, it's a fucking 6. It's always a 6. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! That's a higher 7. There's one up in that trees over there behind the 7 that's coming down. Oh no, it's just a tall 7. Get this other 7 down here, bro, guy. Look at that. That's a big 7. See, this is why I need a diamond red deer. Essential. Absolutely essential. If I just move a little bit over. Can't tell. Can't tell. It's right in my wheelhouse, guy. Oh my gosh. This is actually nuts. I can't even like freaking focus because I'm trying to line this up. Yeah, I think he's blocked. I'm gonna shoot this one across the lake for a time being, and then we'll make an adjustment. He ate that? Oh no, he's about that. Okay. Yeah. So with the line movement and everything, it made it way easier for me to predict this fight. I'm going Chidi Enchi Kawani first round KO. It's almost strictly off the line movement. I am not saying I wouldn't have picked Chidi, but like Chidi at welterweight is not what I thought. I thought he would be. Nobody can handle the power, the physicality of him, and it's, you know, Chidi's still really good. It's just, you know, he's not. I thought him moving down to welterweight, he would have found himself in the rankings at some point. Kind of seems like that's not going to happen. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going Chidi. Enter Kawani, first round KO. Assuming there's an injury or something that's messed up, that's basically prohibiting Leao to perform at his best of his ability. On to the main card, though. We got Zachary Reese versus Michel Pereira. This is my stay the F away from fight of the week. No doubt about it. Actually, not no doubt. There's a few that I'm like, Zachary Reese is KO'd or BKO'd, more on the BKO'd side, but um, this guy's a drinker. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. So that one's dead too. Okay. We'll probably do one more. Oh, they're all still here. I see. I want this one. I want this guy. He's not heading under. Ah, and then he just backtracks. Oh, what a tool. We'll see what he does. Yeah, stay away from this. I mean, Michel Pereira 2 years ago, I'd say, he smokes him. Smokes Zachary Reese. Michel Pereira now was still no cardio at middleweight. I don't know. I literally could see he stuns Reese bad, and then he just runs into a frickin' check hook or something, and then boom, it's over. Yeah, the cardio from both these guys, especially Pereira, is horrible. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. That's a bad shot. That's a bad shot. I didn't even mean to hit that one. Wait, we'll go around. But yeah, I think I have to lean Pereira first round KO, which is crazy. I just think Zachary Reese is so bad, and Belay Pereira so bad too. That's one up in the air, man. I'm going Zachary Reese. No, I'm sorry. I'm going Michel Pereira first round KO. On to the next fight, we got Josiah Harrell versus Jacob Smith. Um, Smith is decent. A lot of people are hyping him up, saying he's one of the next big prospects at welterweight. Um, Little too early to say that, I guess. I mean, he has two wins or one. No, he has two. Yeah, he has a KO and then he has the sub over Nico Price. Josiah Harrell, I think, was supposed to be in the UFC a couple times, but pulled out because of health issues. I've heard. He's also undefeated. Heard he's pretty small for welterweight too, so that ought to be interesting. But I heard he's kind of tricky. I don't know. We'll see how it translates over from the regional scene to the UFC, but I'm gonna go Smith. I'm gonna go Smith by decision, though. I don't think he finishes Josiah Harrell, but you never know. You never know. Harrell could get knocked out cold in the first minute. On to the next fight, main card. Sergey Spivak versus Anta Deliha. I'm just saying it before I break it down. This is lock of the night for me. Spivak, in my opinion, is so overrated. His wrestling is pretty shit. Um, I guess it's decent for heavyweight. It's shit though. It's just bad. It's bad. The entries aren't the best. They've gotten better. They're still horrible. And I think Deliha is fast enough, quick enough to avoid getting taken down. Um, I think he'll eventually find the chin with Spivak. I'm saying, woo, hard shot. That's sick. There we go, guy. I'm saying a second round KO Deliha, man. I think Deliha will be back on track. I think there's a. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Nah, I got three. I can't. I'll mess up the zone. Um, Yeah, so I'm gonna go Deliha, second round KO. I don't think he gets it done in first. I could see him getting taken down in the first, or it's just like a lot of clinch work for the Spivak, just holding him up against the fence, and then second round he just gets him out of there, and then that's that. On to the next fight, we got Mel Costa versus Dan Ige. Tricky fight, Dan Ige. Even though he's older now, he's not. I don't think he's ever been finished in the UFC, which is really impressive because he's fought some really tough guys. But he's sneaky, man. Danny Ige, you can't sleep on him, man. But at the same time, Mel Costa arguably had the best 2025 out of any fighter. I know, like, fighter of the year is always probably going to be a champion just because of the magnitude and the competition and everything, but I was really trying to push for a case to make Mel Costa, um, what's it called, Fighter of the Year. I think he was 4-0. He faced some crafty veterans at featherweight. Had some decent finishes too. Yeah, I thought Mel Costa, in my opinion, was right up there for Fighter of the Year 2025. And now he's back again, trying to build momentum off of this Charrier KO. But Ike's tricky, man, and I think Costa is good. I'm on the Costa train now, but yeah, there's just something about I can't I get the give me there we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, okay, we're up here. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight. I think we're getting a split decision. Mel Costa. Initially, I thought unanimous, but now as I'm making the video, I think we're getting a split, and it's going Costa's way since he's the younger guy. Um, we'll see though. I wouldn't be surprised if Ige won, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Mel Costa is tricky with him, becomes the first person to finish Ige. If that stat seems right, I feel like that is right. I feel like Ige has never been finished, at least in UFC. I could be wrong. Um, so we'll see how that goes, but that will be a very, very interesting fight. I'm leaning Costa decision. We'll see what happens. On to the co-main event, though. We got Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic. I think this is Jeff Neal all day. I know he's coming off the KO loss, and that was only 3 months ago, and it was a nasty KO loss. And Medic is sneaky with his power and all this. It's just Neal. I mean, look at the resume that Neal has. At least that who he's fought and whatever, and it's. I mean, this is a step down in competition. I do think Medic, in a way, is underrated. In a way, at least. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he could be a ranked fighter, but I think he's sneaky. But Jeff Neal, man, he still hits like a freight train. He's pretty good. Like, I don't. The protest loss just doesn't. It's not that crazy to me, honestly. Especially seeing what Protest just did to Leon shortly after that. But yeah, I think. Or no, Jeff. Okay, yeah, I was confused. So Jeff Neal fought Protest in August. Sorry, I was thinking Jeff Neal fought Protest in November. Okay. So Neal has had about 6 months or so to rest up. Okay, that makes me feel more confident. I'm still going Neal second round KO. Um, Boring first round, and then Neal just finds it in the second. So that's how I'm rocking there. But on to the main event. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Actually, I'm going to grab this checkpoint because that'll probably be it for the video. Yeah, when this fight was first rumored and then announced, I was like, Fluffy all day. Fluffy all day. It's Strickland has no chance, all that. And then earlier this week, or maybe end of last week, sitting there, I'm like, Strickland does have some pretty underrated grappling defense. His cardio is pretty good. He does the basics very, very well. And against a guy like Fluffy, I feel like that could work for him. How does Fluffy finish Strickland? He doesn't have enough power to KO him. I do think that Strickland does have sneaky grappling defense based off of what I've heard about what happens in the gym and the little snippets I've seen from like previous fights, is decent. Now, is it good enough to even win the fight? I don't know. Over, I mean, if it's not completely inflated, because I imagine it's at 4.5, over 4.5 is probably a decent look. If it's anywhere below minus 200, if it's above, forget it. Don't even touch it. But Strickland's been off for a year. It'll be very, very interesting to see what he looks like. Fluffy is that guy, man, and I can't just be like on the hype train with this guy for the past like year and a half, 2 years, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, Strickland's gonna be the one to end it. So it makes it tough, but at the same time, I feel like this isn't the best matchup for Fluffy. I feel like I don't know. Let me see if I can find that Puma. Probably not. That thing's probably out. But yeah, I don't know. I think Strickland KO decision is live. I think Fluffy's line is slightly inflated. I feel like he should be a small favorite. I feel like he should be a minus 150 to a Strickland being a plus 120. Somewhere around that ballpark. I'm going Hernandez decision. I feel like that's a safe bet. I could see Strickland winning this. There is definitely there is 110% a world where I believe I will wake up on Sunday morning and Strickland's gonna be right in the title picture to fight Hamza, which is so crazy off of a one-fight win streak when we do have some contenders at middleweight. Who knows? I think if Strickland wins this, depending on the whole Hamzat time frame, whatever, I think Strickland wins this, turn him around quick against Boyhayo and RDR winner. Winner of that gets next title shot, because whoever wins that will be 2-fight win streak. Oh, access deer galore. You're good, you're good. You can play, you can play. That's a decent mule deer size. Okay, I'm popping that one real quick, actually. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I think Strickland needs one more. Like, yes, the whole Hamzat build-up would be fun, but if Strickland goes out there, beats Fluffy, a great grappler, and then goes out and beats like another guy that's back on, not a win streak, but back with a win and a decent win. Ooh! Ooh! That was decent. Full trophy, too. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, if Strickland's able to do that, give him the Hamza fight. It will the build up. The risk is there, obviously, for him to lose, and then you lose the whole promotion side of it. But if he goes out there and gets 2 high-quality wins before a Hamza matchup, there is some intrigue. There is, like, no matter what, like, it's just like there. Like, I'm not saying he'll be a favorite. I'm not saying he'll be a pick 'em. I mean, I don't. I think we're in the era now where I don't think Hamza will ever be anything less than a minus 300 until we see some glaring hole that we haven't witnessed before, something stupid. But I think there adds a lot. It adds a lot more intrigue if you get Strickland back on the win streak. So we'll see. They'll probably give him a title shot if he beats Fluffy. If Fluffy wins, he deserves it. He's next, no doubt about it. Honestly, so we'll see what happens. Fairly excited after a week off. I don't know why they took Valentine's weekend off. It's weird, but yeah, excited to be back. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, lock of the week is Deliha, second round KO. Stay away from fight of the week. What was it? It wasn't. Probably should be the Leal and Hensha Kawani fight, but it was not that. What was it? What was my stay away from fight? Was it the Ode Osborne fight and Alibi? No, no, no. It was Zachary Reese and Michel Pereira. Yeah, stay away from that fight. It should be a good one though. One of them is getting knocked out. It's just a matter of when in the first round, you know. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, YouTube, it's good to be back. Hopefully, we'll be back on a consistent basis and whatnot. And yeah, hopefully Sunday I'm back breaking it down. If not Monday, or recapping, whatever. Same stuff, different day. I'm out. Goodbye.